Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're watching The Big Bang Theory. This is the 5th episode of the 6th season. Hope you guys have been enjoying it so far. If you like to watch today's full episode, it is available for the link in the description below. Just click in it, put the password in, and enjoy. So last episode, Howard, yes, the astronaut, returned back down to Earth, and he was expecting a big hero's welcome, a big big celebration, a party going. And obviously, when he turned up to the airport, he had all the cameras. He was all flashing. He was all shouting Howard, but it wasn't for him. It was for the guy from American Idol, America's Got Talent. And then obviously the only person that was actually at the airport to greet him on his return from space was his wife. Now obviously she gave him a good reason. She said, I told the guys to stay back, to hand back, because I want to spend the night with you. You left straight away as soon as we got married, and we didn't really get to have a bit of fun together. And tonight's just me and you, baby, let's go. And obviously they went home, and then it obviously shown us anyway that she was really sick. She come out of the bathroom, her face was all red, she was coughing, she was groggy, she just fell asleep literally while Howard was making a move. And he didn't actually get the night that he was expecting, so he decided, you know what, sack it, I'm going to go and see Raj. And he's gone over there to chill with his best mate, who's actually got a new roommate, who is Stuart. He's actually explained that, look, he's got no money, he was living in his store, I'm letting him stay here, cheap, you know what I mean? I had an absent hole while you wasn't here, and I also realised that everybody's in relationships, and I'm not, and he's not, and we got something to bond over, and we're going out to the theatre, do you want to come? And Howard was like, nah, kind of like intruding, do you know what I mean? Just leave it, and he left, and he went over to the guy's apartment, and it was a competition night, it was Penny and Amy against Sheldon and Leonard, and he was back and forth, and he turned up at the wrong time, and they all just basically shouted at him, and, he left. So he had an upsetting return back to Earth, to be honest. He thought he was going to have the big hero's welcome, and he actually just got a subdued hello, Howard. That was it from everybody. But maybe today they sorted it out, honestly. Thanks for checking out today's episode. Hope you guys enjoy it. If you do, please smash the like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, let's jump into today's episode.
Got you a little souvenir from my trip to space.
Wow, Howard, it's very nice of you. To Stuart, your comic book store is out of this world, just like the guy in this picture was.
He also thinks the Walgreens and the dry cleaners are out of this world.
That's not true. At the Walgreens, I was over the moon for their store brand antacids.
I see you getting ready for your Halloween party.
Yeah, it's my annual attempt to meet women. 9th time's the charm.
You know, party like a Kutra party.
But it wasn't a party. That hotel in Kazakhstan they put you up in before the launch, it's your last night on Earth. You think you get one porn channel.
Have you noticed that Howard can take any topic and use it to remind you that he went to space? Any thoughts on where we should get dinner?
Anywhere but the space station.
I've always thought the lemon was an underrated fruit.
Care to weigh in?
Not really.
Oh, well.
People say the Soyuz capsule is a lemon, but...
There you go.
Yeah, but hey, that baby got me to space and back.
Let's be honest, alright, there's nothing worse about people like that in real life. Now, obviously, if Howard continues like that, it'll be annoying. The worst is when you're like, wow, that time that I bungee jumped, and someone's like, you bungee jumped? I jumped out of a plane, mate. You always have to, one-up you, You say, yo, I went to see, I don't know, The Avengers in the cinema. It was great, but did you watch it in IMAX? Because I did. It's like, well, why do you care? Somebody's like, my first car, I'm loving it, I've just got a Golf. Yeah, but my first car, it was a GTI. It was the top range, the Golf R. You know what I mean? You just got the standard one. It's like, why do you have to up me? Just accept what I'm saying and just move on. You don't have to tell me every time how good you are.
Ladies' night at the Cheesecake Factory. Does it get any better than this? Do you think your husband's fondness for turtlenecks is an expression of longing for his missing foreskin?
Leonard wants to go costume shopping later.
I thought you liked Halloween.
I do. It's just he wants to go to that party at the comic book store. A lot of the guys that hang out there are kind of creepy.
Like my husband?
And my boyfriend?
But you have to go to that party because we're going.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. It's just not my idea of a good time.
I just think in relationships, you get back what you put into them.
And that's not always true. Last night I gave Sheldon my best come hither look, and he responded by explaining how wheat came to be cultivated.
I guess I could probably try a little harder.
You could start by taking an interest in his work.
He takes hypotheses and designs protocols to determine their accuracy. And Sheldon, I was thinking, since this is going to be our first Halloween party as boyfriend and girlfriend, I thought it might be fun for us to go in a couple's costume.
Imagine this. You and I entering Stewart's party, and all eyes turned to see America's most beloved and glamorous couple.
Yeah?
R2-D2 and C-3PO.
Sheldon, when I said couple's costume, I meant like Romeo and Juliet, not two robots from some silly movie I don't even like.
Okay.
I make compromises for you all the time. Just this once. Can't we find something that we're both happy with?
Anybody home?
Hey, what are you doing here?
I just thought I'd stop by and say hello.
Oh, what a nice surprise.
Ooh, what's going on in here?
No, don't look in there.
What, is it a secret?
No, it's a nitrogen laser. It'll cook your eyeball like a soft-boiled egg.
Oh, might want to put a sign on it.
Sign right there.
So what are you working on right now?
Oh, it's actually pretty neat.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's a front-projected holographic display combined with laser-based finger tracking. Here, I'll show you.
That's actually really sick.
That is amazing. Oh.
That's so good.
The holographic principle suggests that what we all experience every day in 3 dimensions may really just be information on a surface located at the farthest reaches of our cosmos.
Sometimes I forget how smart you are.
That is pretty sick. I actually really like that scene.
You should visit more often.
Innit? I'm texting him in his office.
Take off your clothes.
Innit?
What? Here now?
Yeah, you got a problem with that?
Oh, no.
I feel like something's gonna break. The thing is, yo, have you noticed that every time she actually spends a bit of time with Leonard, he always impresses her and she always kind of wants him. You know what I mean? But like every time they kind of like, I feel like when they're together, she's always like wanting him and like enjoying him and like looking up to him and like, wow, he's actually really cool. But then like when they're absent and she's like talking to Bernadette and Amy, she's kind of like opposite of that and she's always like questioning. Do you know what I mean? Like when she's with, she's loving it. When she's away, she's like, I've been loving it. And, you know, it's a bit confusing, but that there, what he's actually doing is pretty sick, to be honest. You know, he was explaining before that basically his job is to take other people's hypotheses, you know, theories, whatevers, you know, and like try to put them into practice and see if any of them actually work. And, you know, we've always seen him shooting his lasers around his little, like, magnifying glasses and stuff, but never seen anything as cool as that. I actually think that one was really good.
Like your opinion on the menus I prepared for the Halloween party?
Black Forest Ham Lagoon.
On sesame seed bunzillas.
Night of the Living Garlic Bread? The dishes themselves are in no way Halloween-y.
Ooh, Halloweenies. That's a good one. They'll pair nicely with my Draculoni and cheese.
Hello, boys.
Look at Leonard.
What are you smiling at?
Nothing.
You know where there's a lot of nothing?
Space.
It's nice to sleep in a bed with gravity again. Did I tell you about the night my retainer floated out of my mouth and into the airlock?
Yeah, you mentioned it once or twice.
Astronaut Wallowitz reporting for booty. We clear to jettison that nightgown?
Okay, we need to talk. I know you went to space, and I'm incredibly proud of you. But you might want to try and not bring it up every minute.
Did this amazing thing, and I'm never allowed to mention it?
Of course you can, but maybe a good rule would be to wait for people to bring it up.
Can't tell you how many times I dreamed I was in bed here with you when I was... What, I can't even point?
It's a insinuation in it, like she was saying. If someone brings it up, it's great. It's totally cool, but also it's about selective picking as well, you know. So if somebody says something, like, you'd be able to say, oh yeah, that was cool, I remember that time that happened, and then leave it, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I think I seen a coffee cup, like a non-spill one actually on Twitter, where it was like, you pour your coffee in and in space, you can spin it around and no liquid ever falls out of it. Like, you know, if you was talking about coffee or spilling things, you could just say, yo, you know, we need this thing that we had up in space. And it kind of like fit the situation. You know what I mean? You don't have to turn everything kind of about it. Like, you turn sex into space. You don't need to. Do you know what I mean? And it does get old quick. You know, it starts getting old for me quick watching it. And if I was involved in his life, I would say something as well. I'm glad that Bernadette didn't let it ride for too long.
Oh, you don't have on any jewelry, do you?
No, why?
Grad student forgot to take out one of his piercings. Now he's on a transplant list waiting for a nipple his size. Sometimes I like to turn this on and pretend I'm the supervillain Magneto. But what I really am is a very smart scientist who understands the mechanics of the universe and is wearing the sexy black underwear you bought him.
There we go.
Do you have a preference?
I don't care. Get the TARDIS.
Yes! This party just became a major rager.
What's wrong with you?
Oh, nothing.
Oh, Howard, I've got a party to plan. Don't make me pull it out of you.
Here it is. Bernadette said you guys are all sick of me talking about my trip to space. Is that true?
Yes. We seem to have different approaches here. I was going for helpful honesty. I have no idea what you're doing.
You know what, guys? Never mind. I just won't talk about the greatest achievement of my life ever again.
Hello, boys.
What if we were to go as dinner table favorites Salt and Pepper?
Raggedy Ann and Andy, I loved them growing up.
No, I don't think so. Those dolls represent three things I do not care for: clowns, children, and raggediness.
A Smurf.
Fine.
Uh-oh. Is someone a little blue?
To tell you the truth, I'm not really in the mood.
What are you talking about? It'll be fun. All your friends will be there.
Yeah, some friends, they all think I'm boring. Maybe you should go without me.
I just spent the last 3 hours coloring myself blue. I'm gonna be washing paint out of my Smurf for a month.
2 weeks ago, I was an astronaut.
Yeah, well, now you're a Smurf. Keep walking.
God, you guys look adorable.
Thanks. So do you. Slutty cop?
No, sexy cop.
Look at him.
Later, she's going to arrest me for going faster than the speed of light.
Hello? It's a great party.
Thank you.
I thought he said it into Raj.
Monster foods, they're really fun.
Yes, thank you. I like to think of fun things like that because I'm fun. I'm not clinically depressed.
C3PO. Kind of a hybrid.
I should have picked Hickey.
Can you believe Stuart's walking around taking credit for this party?
Who cares?
What do you mean, who cares? Look what I pulled off here. The DJ's on fire. There's a TARDIS photo booth in the back room. And oh my god, the food. Stuart wanted Kraft, Draculoni, and cheese. Is this about the space thing again?
Well, I'm not allowed to talk about it, but since you brought it up, I went to space! Space, space, space! Space!
Talk to you for a second?
Right now, I'm in trouble.
You are being very rude.
No, I'm not. They're all being rude, and you're being rude.
Me? What did I do? Oh, Howard. Stop talking about space so much.
You're my wife. You're supposed to be on my side.
I'm always on your side.
Then why are you trying to take this away from me? If I stop talking about it, then I'm just plain old Howard Wolowitz again.
Old Howard Wolowitz is the best guy I know.
Saying that.
No,
Why would
no.
she won't be with you?
I married him.
Yeah.
On purpose.
He's had a fun episode landing on it.
Oh, Raj sent me some video of Buzz Aldrin.
The Milky Way. The Milky Way's a galaxy in space. I've been in space. This one's a moon pie. I walked on the moon.
Hey, I get it.
Mate, I'm so glad that he actually got it because it was kind of annoying, wasn't it? You know, I would say that this episode is probably the first episode that Howard's actually annoyed me in a way. Like, it's just too much. Like, it's like when somebody doesn't stop talking, just about anything. You're like, oh man, just gives it a rest. You know what I mean? Like, give me 5 minutes to just chill. Like, I have to chew my ear off constantly. And it's like, every time somebody brought something up, he had to bring up space. And he's saying, you know, am I not supposed to talk about the greatest achievement that I've ever done? No, you can do, mate. In the situations where it fits. If somebody talks about space, the sky, rockets, NASA, you know what I mean? Even if you're talking about work, you could say, we've done this, we've done that, I created this, I created that. You can flaunt your achievements. You don't have to go out and give signed pictures to every store that you go in. You don't have to wear your NASA clothes. I was going to say, what's your opinion on his appearance? Like, now he's landed down. He used to wear kind of, let's just say, yellow pants and a yellow top, or blue pants and a blue top. And he started just rocking around with, well, not matching colours and a polo with NASA on it all of the time. And I was going to say, you know, like, what's your opinion on changing it? Do you reckon that we're going to continue that all season? But maybe not, you know. I don't think Bernadette was being rude at all about pulling him to the side and saying you're talking about it too much. I just think it was just a general observation. And I don't know if you've ever done it yourself, but like, I think the best way to kind of self-reflect like him in a different context is if you ever try on clothes, yeah, so if you're buying any clothes or you're doing anything like that, you stand in the mirror and sometimes you think, yeah, these look decent, these look really good. But then if you ever take a picture on your phone of yourself and look back at it, it looks totally different. I actually think that taking a picture of yourself, it gives you a different perspective than your eyes do in the mirror. And like, it's kind of like he never thought that he was doing anything wrong. He was just thought, I was talking about space, talking about my job. Yeah. It's like, okay, here's this person doing it. Wow, he's a bit overwhelming, isn't he? He's too much. He's literally going on all the time. I understand what you're talking about. So I thought that was good from Rides then. Without actually hurting his feelings and doing anything, he's like, look, cool, yeah, Buzz Aldrin, look at him. He's done the same as you. And you're like, yeah, I'm too much. Close the laptop. So hopefully that's over with. Kind of sad that they all didn't give him a party that he did want and no celebration, you know what I mean? Only kind of his wife did when he come back. But we can now lock it, draw it, and move on. Okay, that's going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. So, obviously Howard's back. He's, he's telling everybody about his work. Everybody's kind of getting a bit bored of it, a bit over it now. But, you know, hopefully we've finished with that and we could just move on and he could be normal Howard. You know, he's saying to Bernadette that without this job, without being an astronaut, then I'm just boring plain old Howard. Well, no, that's not true, is it? To be honest, you know, okay, the only thing is everybody kind of ribbed you and made fun of you that you didn't have a PhD out your friendship group, but, you know, everybody really liked you. Everybody, like Sheldon said, you know, I think you're really good at the job that you do. I just think that a job that you do is not really good, you know, and that was kind of like a best backhanded compliment that you could get. And, you know, people actually liked Howard for who Howard was. He wouldn't be in a position where he's got a good friendship group and he's got a wife if everybody thought plain old Howard was boring. You know what I mean? Yeah, okay, being an astronaut is pretty cool, but it doesn't make you who you are. It was who you was before. So hopefully you can get past that and, you know, just move on and start being friends with everybody again. And it's interesting, obviously, here in today's episode that Penny took an interest in Leonard's work, and I actually thought those lasers and those holograms and things that he was showing looked really, really good. He shows them in a different light. Like, you think he's clever because obviously you hear him talk about equations and solving things, but it's like, you know, actions speak louder than words. They do. You know what I mean? You could say, I'm sorry, or, you know, I'm going to do this, but like until somebody actually does it and goes out the way and actually you can see them making an effort, you know, it's just all words. And Leonard, obviously you knew that he was clever, but like when you see somebody physically put it into practice, that they could do something amazing like that, like create a machine that does 0G or create holograms that you could like do this and ping and change worlds and stuff, you don't realize how clever some people actually are. And again, you know, if we're talking about advancing in the fields and stuff, Howard's clearly made the most steps and strides, even though he's the lesser qualified person technically of them because he's not got a PhD. He's been to space. I don't think anybody would trump that. Maybe Sheldon getting the Nobel Prize might be, you know, you consider better, but I don't really know. You know, on a harder level, it might be harder getting a Nobel Prize, but I actually don't know. Like going into space and being an astronaut and winning a Nobel Prize, people might say one's way better than the other, but I actually think that they're both solid and they're probably both evens. And until Sheldon does that, I reckon Howard's always going to make those strides. And then I'll probably put Leonard in second position. I've technically not seen Sheldon and Raj do anything. I see them do things, but they've not made advancements like I think Leonard and he has. He shot the laser and it hit the moon and come back and bounce back. You know what I mean? We've actually seen him do stuff. So I think that they're doing really good in their positions. And I always say it, but it's a big bang theory. It's obviously about smart individuals, and I would like to see more of it in their work environment, you know, like succeeding. But that's where we currently are. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you did, please smash like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.